Alright guys, it's time for me to tell you about the time I danced with the devil. It's a story I don't like to tell. It's just too painful. But I feel like you all deserve to know. So without further ado, here's my horrifying experience with the worst entity known to man. The Duolingo Bird. For the majority of my life, I've lived in a city that is heavily influenced by Mexican culture. We have fiestas, Mexican restaurants full of food that tastes like God delivered it straight from heaven, and, of course, a large number of people who spoke or could speak Spanish. Throughout my school career, I have joined a lot of different clubs, and in these clubs, I would often have my fellow classmates and their parents asking me why I couldn't speak Spanish. I don't know, man. Probably because I came from an area where there were very little Spanish speakers, and so I didn't have a real need to learn the language. Now, my high school required every student to take 2 years of any one foreign language class. Despite my peers judging me my past for not knowing a language I wasn't exposed to growing up, I decided to take American Sign Language. Why? Well, because the big boy adults told me that ASL was the easier option. It wasn't until 3 months ago that I finally found the motivation to do something good with my life and thus decided to download Duolingo off the Google Play Store. I'm just kidding, I only downloaded it because I was extremely bored and had nothing else to do. I used Duolingo for over a month, though my streak first ended at 15 days and it broke once again after about 27 days. Despite my short uses of the app, I feel as if I am totally 100% qualified to share my experiences with you all. Please help, the Duolingo Bird kidnapped my family and has me at gunpoint. Throughout my time using the app, I went through 3 different lessons. The first was basic pronouns and nouns. I learned Spanish words corresponding with girl, boy, woman, man, etc. The second lesson plan was food and drink, so I learned the words for apple, bread, milk, water, and so forth. Finally, I learned places and travel stuff: airport, restrooms, train station, suitcase, etc. The first problem is that Duolingo didn't really teach me how to pronounce these words properly, which is why I didn't and would not attempt to speak in Spanish. Sure provided auditory language training, which I could slow down, but that was about it. If the Spanish words were broken up into syllables and had accompanying text that told you what sounds to make, aka phonetic training, that would have been very helpful, especially if you're like me and you sometimes have trouble differentiating between 2 different sounds. The second major problem was that I wasn't really taught common words used in everyday conversations. I'm pretty sure that I won't be talking about an apple or bread in normal conversation with a Spanish speaker who I just met, nor would I have to say I'm a girl or I'm a woman. It would have been much more useful if I was taught something like how to ask for directions so that I could escape the Duolingo Bird's wrath, or how to read a typical Mexican restaurant's dinner menu. Other problems included no proper grammatical lessons, hundreds of levels repeating the same limited set of words with no twist to it, no reward system besides getting new hats for the Duolingo Bird, and of course there was no real final test to it. As for the benefits, none. After a month of going over the same words for 30 minutes a day, I didn't remember about half of them, and some of the words that I was taught, I already knew. Of course, this is a personal experience, and I have no doubt that there have been people who have had more positive results from using Duolingo. The only real similarity between all of us Duolingo users is that the Duolingo Bird is now hunting us down for breaking our streaks. Unless you're that one guy who somehow had the motivation to get a 1,000-day streak while learning French. Unfortunately, the only real story I have with my failure in learning Spanish is with an Uber driver. About a week or 2 ago, I ordered an Uber to get home from this laundry place that I was at. Now imagine this. The driver pulls up and you get into her car. She's driving and everything's going fine until, BAM! She says the words,
Duolingo Bird vendrá por usted si no se suscribe ahora mismo.
You sit in the back seat looking like the scared Elmo meme and wondering if what she said was directed to you. I mean, you would think that since there was only two humans in the car, you and her, she was talking to you, right? Well, she continued speaking, even though the only thing my dumb could say was, I checked to see if she was calling someone, but there were no headphones in the ears, and her phone screen didn't show any signs of her being in a call. In addition, the music on the radio was still playing some song about romance. After a while of me sitting there and having no idea what the hell was going on, she finally arrived at my house. She said goodbye in English like nothing had happened, and I walked into my house, still really confused. I later went onto my social media accounts to tell my friends my terrifying and confusing experience. I said that I had picked up about 25% of what my driver was saying, and perhaps that made me look smart to literally no one, but it was a lie. Surprise. My two brain cells did not process a single word that she had said during the ride. Thanks, Duolingo. So yeah, that was my experience with using Duolingo and attempting to learn a new language. Some of you guys will realize that this is a new type of video as I usually don't talk about my personal experiences. I wanted to try something different with this channel, and if this does well, then I will continue talking about my life that is totally not boring whatsoever. If you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be notified when I next post a video in 2050. Miss Dragon out.